Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and this is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news. Not much, except for this. Marvel has halted work on about 20% of its upcoming productions. So about 20% of the new comic books that are being produced and worked on right now by creators, they've been told pencils down. This is probably going to be focused more on launches and tie-ins to things like Empire, maybe some new series, and it's definitely going to affect Taskmaster and Black Widow because the movie has been delayed till November. We'll talk a little bit about that later on in the video. And Taskmaster and Black Widow, they're going to be tied into that movie, so since that's not coming out till November, they're probably going to halt the release for that until November. Still really no word on Marvel's plans on when they're going to start distributing their books again, or Diamond, or DC, or any of this kind of mess. It's all out in the open right now. IDW has put TMNT on hiatus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will go on hiatus after issue 105, and G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, possibly after 275, but Larry Hama has been told pencils down on that one as well. The Marvel delays, the IDW pencils down. Do not think of these as cancelizations. Just think of these as stop your work because we don't even know when comic books are coming out, so there's no need to continue creating them. Plus, Diamond, as of this last week, was unable to start paying some of their vendors, and some of those publishers really need that money to be able to pay their creators. So we're kind of the whole industry is just kind of in a state of suspended animation and flux. It's weird. To address this, Comic Hub announced that they were going to do a service. We talked about it on the one of the live streams this week, I believe. But they revealed that they were going to have it so that people could go onto their app starting in the next few weeks, buy a comic book, get the digital copy, and then get a print one later at their LCS, and it would divvy up that money with the LCS. Now, a lot of people had a lot of differing opinions on this. A lot of retailers thought that it was kind of a way to kind of entice people to go more into digital. I personally think that the digital versus the physical collectors, there's a little bit of lap over, but I think for the most part, they're two separate audiences, and I don't see digital being a threat to stopping physical print. We can talk more about this on tonight's live stream for sure, 7 p.m. Central Time, so be here for that. Rockin' Robbie Live. However, Comic Hub, due to the negative reaction from a lot of prominent retailers, everybody that was going to sign on, like Marvel and DC, they started pulling out, so Comic Hub went ahead and suspended that initiative, so that's not happening at all. It kind of hit the industry real hard. Bleeding Cool did an article about it. I think they broke the story. They titled it like "The Comic Industry Was Saved Today," within like just a day or two later, after all of the response to that, they've decided not to go ahead with that, so we are still all up in the air about what's going on. But we do know that there's a solicitation for Our Fighting Forces, the 100-page DC Giants Super Special, and it's going to have a brand new story by Brad Meltzer and Jim Lee. It's going to be an 8-page Batman story called Medal of Honor, so that's super cool. When does it come out? We have no idea. Speaking of when it comes out, a lot of movies obviously have been delayed. We are starting to get some release dates for these movies, and they're a little bit far off, I would say. So Black Widow has been pushed back till November 6th. That was the day that the Eternals was supposed to come out. Basically, the whole MCU slate has been pushed back to the next movie release date. So Black Widow on November 6th, The Eternals in February of 2021, Shang-Chi in May of 2021, Doctor Strange 2 in November of 2021, Thor 4, that's Love and Thunder, is in February of 2022, Black Panther 2 is in May of 2022, and Captain Marvel 2 is in July of 2022. Mulan has been pushed into the summer for July 24th. That was Jungle Cruise's date, so now Jungle Cruise is going to be in July 2021. Move that back an entire year. Ghostbusters Afterlife has been moved to next year to March 2021. Morbius has also been moved to March March of 2021. A Quiet Place 2 is released this year in September 4th. Candyman has been moved to September 25th, and Top Gun Maverick is now going to be a Christmas movie. It's going to be coming out December 23rd. So that's what we got for you this week. Really just still talking about this state of flux that the comic industry is and all that kind of stuff. We'll be talking a little bit about that tonight on Rockin Robbie Live, but it's also a really cool night if you know what I'm talking about. So join us for a Teen Dog Shades night on a Rockin Robbie Live at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Lots of stuff coming out this week. We got live streams. We've got new content. We got comic book reviews, suggestions, reading suggestions, things like that. I'm starting to work on some stuff, getting it out there to help you find some cool stuff to do and read during all of this. So anyway, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and all that jazz. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living.